Remember, if you like what we are doing here, make sure to give us a positive rating on iTunes, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to this show. Also, make sure to check out the YouTube channel at youtube.com/thatoneandrew, where full recordings of this podcast are posted, along with a plethora of other videos. Check it out today, and thank you for listening. Now, on to the show. Greetings, all. Welcome to the Gaming Block Podcast, the number one podcast for all the pertinent video game news, spanning across all platforms, including Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and more. I am your host, Andrew Arana, and joining with me today are my co-hosts, Jacob Ward and Roger Bennett. On today's show, we will be discussing an Xbox exclusive not being allowed for release in Australia, the global gaming market growing significantly, some important reviews in regards to new releases, and much more. But before we get into all of that, tradition dictates that I ask my co-host how they have been over this previous week. Jake, how has your week been?
Overall, not too bad. It's been pretty good. I haven't played too many games this week, sadly, but I've had a pretty uneventful week. So,
I haven't played that many games either. There was a lot of other things happening this week.
mm-hmm.
Anyone has seen in the news, so much things are happening, especially in America right now. So we've had that to distract us a little bit, along with the upcoming console releases and things like that. And then, of course, our normal lives.
One more week.
One more.
Yep. Oh crap!
So,
we're gonna have to record the podcast on the night of the PlayStation release.
We'll talk about that. We're gonna do something different. We're not gonna. I'm gonna give you launch day. We're not gonna record Thursday. We'll do something else. But we'll talk about that at the end of the episode. Roger, how's your week been?
No, I was gonna tell you guys, if you might have to start looking for like another person or something. I don't know, just because I'm having so many issues.
Well, we do have Kevin, but we don't want to lose you, Roger. We love you.
Oh wow, you already have a replacement lined up for me and everything.
I've not been consulted with any of this. That's all him.
Jake has like 6 ready to go.
I did ask Kevin if he'd want to come on as a guest, but not as a replacement.
Well, or maybe like a temporary one or something, until I get my my shit kicked in.
They'll push him to the wayside and be like, "All right, we got our real host back. Bye, Kevin."
We can also try.
We used to have 4 people.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 people. That would be kind of a lot, but we could try it. Yeah,
we could. It's not unheard of.
It's true. Roger, how's your week been?
It's been great, absolutely fantastic.
Oh, we've been going for a minute.
Yeah, I already started the recording back. We are back in it. Well, that's good to hear. Well, with that in mind, it's time once again for everyone's favorite segment, the gaming riddle. Roger, hit the theme.
We just put like a remix on the real quick. Make it like Darude Sandstorm.
Ooh, throwback childhood. All right, well, for today's gaming riddle, this one is a bit harder. Roger nailed it last time. Jake nailed it the first time. He had a little trouble the second time.
Yeah, Jake didn't nail anything. He got lucky, and then it was all me that last time. Here's skill and knowledge.
That's true. It was all you last time. Well, we're gonna see if you guys can figure it out this one this time. It's a little harder, and remember, you get 3 guesses. And the first 2 guesses could be a question also, instead of just a guess. All right. So today's riddle is released on October 25th, 2005 for PC, and November 22nd for Xbox 360. I was a launch title for Microsoft's new console. My campaigns consisted of 3: American, British, and the Red Army. What could I be? I was at D-Day, Stalingrad, and El Daba City. Jake, since Roger got it right last time, you get to guess first.
Okay. So I'm trying to think. So the only launch game I could think of that would fit that description, because the campaign thing throw me off. I'm just gonna take a guess. Is it Call of Duty 2?
It is. He nailed it.
Wow.
Because I was thinking, because they had the big red one, which that was
PS2.
That was the third one, or that was the third game I was trying to think of in that lineup.
Yeah, the big red one came out on PS2.
I didn't realize Call of Duty 2 was the launch title.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Release date and date with the 360, and it's a great one. And yeah, it has 3 campaigns. You play as the American Army, the British Army, and the Red Army, or the Soviets. So good
Cool,
job, Jake.
cool.
You freaking. I need to make them harder. All right. Well, with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and jump into what we have been playing. I'll just go ahead and say this first. I haven't been playing much. I played a little more of Watch Dogs Legion. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like it. I haven't gone back to it since playing it that second time. So I don't think I'm a fan. Persona 4 Golden on Vita, I've been playing a bit more of that.
I know you don't like that game.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that game. I rescued Naoto again. So we're getting places. And then Rocket League I've been playing, which, I love that game.
You gotta play more of that.
Played today, and I won like 3 games in a row.
We're back to season 1, so we're all noobs at level 1 again.
It's true. It's true. What have you guys been up to?
Rocket League. I played a bit of Rocket League in Battlefront 2 this week online, which was a lot of fun. I haven't stepped into Battlefront 2 in a while, so it was nice getting back into it. We didn't play any of Galactic Assault. It was a lot of just like really quick games, which it was a nice change of pace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked what we were doing. I guess I played that too.
Yeah,
but
you were there.
The smaller games, definitely, I like that.
It's nothing compared to the 2-hour death matches that take years off your life to defeat, to just end up defeated at the end.
Yeah. Roger, what about you? You been playing anything?
Dude, I haven't been playing Jack this week.
Dude, you gotta hop online with us sometime. Get on your PlayStation 4 and get PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
True.
Cheap.
I don't know if I still have PlayStation Plus. I don't know if it ran out for the month or not. I might still have it for like a week or so.
Okay. Do you have Battlefront 2?
No.
You can get it for like $5.
Dude,
maybe.
you need to get it. It's so much fun. Like, we play online all the time. Or we used to, but no, I want to do it again. I start up.
Yeah. I'm down to keep playing it online. It's fun. Well, yeah, I guess I don't know. It's been a weird week. It's been a crazy week, so we haven't really been playing much.
Yeah, I did want to say something real quick. I just got an update on my phone. Apparently, Best Buy is not going to let you buy a PS5 or Xbox Series X in stores until next year.
Holy
What?
cow.
Why?
I know Walmart on launch day had a few set times that they announced that you can order them online only. So I'm wondering if that's going to be like all stores.
That kind of makes sense, because I bet you the second they get them in stock, they're just going to be snatched up online anyways.
Mhm.
So, and then also, bet you it's a COVID thing too. They don't want people rushing and, constantly going to the store, more exposure and stuff.
That's
That's
smart.
crazy.
I know there was a lot of people that were waiting that couldn't get a online order and to go to the stores and get them in person. So this is going to be quite a shock to them, I'm sure.
I heard Walmart was like stretching out Black Friday for like 3 days. Like they weren't.
That's what I think. That's what a lot of people are doing. I know Best Buy is doing it too. Every week is just a new slew of deals.
That could work out the wrong way, though. Maybe people just start rushing it every day for 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's going to mass of people every single day for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah, works out the wrong way for them. Well, that's good breaking news. Thank you for letting us know about that, Jake.
Yeah.
So before we get into the rest of the news this week, we do have our important question. So no really hypotheticals this time, guys. Just a straightforward question that needs a straightforward answer.
Mm-hmm.
And that is it okay to eat while going to the bathroom?
No, because pizza's a pie. Yeah, I think it's fine. You got some going out, you want some coming in. That's how it works.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it at all.
No.
I think it depends on the food item at discussion.
No,
if it's you got Like if you got like a sucker in your mouth or something like that, that's fine. If you got like a plate of spaghetti and you're twirling it up on your fork while taking a massive dump, I don't know if that's okay.
You drop a noodle on your noodle. So no, I don't think this is okay at all. Because when you're going to the bathroom, you got things going out, but then it's like splashing up too, and you got the scent splashing up, and no matter how hard you try, you're getting some doo-doo on your food if you're eating there.
Some doo-doo on your food.
Like little particles are shooting up, and it's getting on that food.
Just imagine
not unless you're wide enough to cover the whole toilet.
Sitting down, taking a shit. Like, it's just the image just horrifies me. Can't get on board with it.
I don't. I think I did it once because I was really hungry, but then I was like, oh no, I gotta go. And I was like, oh, this should be fine. And
I
mind you,
say, it's people's right to be able to eat something while they're going to the bathroom.
that I think that's a right that should be taken away.
Yeah, I don't think it should be exercised. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like I have like 80% of my shits are just like not a good time. So like I just can't trust myself physically being able to do it.
You're like, it's a bad time anyways. I don't
You're,
want to be doing that.
you're like the
Yeah.
meme of that kid who has the vein popping out of his head.
Mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's Roger.
Yeah. I'm a like half of my shits are the shirt off sorts of shits. Not a good time.
Shirt off, sweat dripping to the floor,
Yeah.
Yikes. This is
legs
not
quivering.
this isn't an image I want to see or picture. So we're just gonna move on.
Hey, you're the one who asked the question.
You're right, but I didn't want a description, a detailed image description of that.
Oh,
Like, I'm good.
that wasn't detailed.
Oh yeah,
That was detailed enough.
we
We're
get raw.
moving on.
We get raw on here.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Well, with that in mind, we're gonna go ahead and move to the news of the week. Jake, hit us with the theme song. All right. Well, story number one is The Medium is refused a rating in Australia. You guys heard of this game, The Medium?
I bet they couldn't predict that.
Yeah. um. Wait, I don't get it.
Right.
This story comes courtesy of Bloomberg, written by Andy Robinson.
I love
Quote,
them.
Xbox Series X/S exclusive, The Medium, has reportedly been refused a classification in Australia. That's according to a report on Kotaku, which claims that the psychological horror game will now likely be banned from the region, from release in the region, end quote. Ellipsis. Quote, a Bloomberg team spokesman reportedly told the publication last week that it would be, quote, working, tomorrow and on Thursday, quote, to attempt to resolve the issue, end quote. This isn't the first, nor will it likely be the last game to be banned in Australia. Many titles, including Outlast 2, We Happy Few, Left 4 Dead 2, Fallout 3, Witcher 2, State of Decay, Saints Row 4, South Park The Stick of Truth, Hotline Miami 2, Valkyrie Drive, Katana Zero, Omega Labyrinth, Wasteland 3, and many more have all been banned in some way, many having to censor or remove content in order to get a release in Australia. The Medium is set for a December 10th release on Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Xbox One, and Windows PC. The studio developing the game, Bloober Team, are known for their Layers of Fear games released in 2016 and 2019, respectively, and for its most recent Blair Witch game, which released as a timed exclusive on Xbox One and PC in 2019 before making its way to PS4, Nintendo Switch, and the Oculus Quest. So yeah, we got another game. Another game has been hit by the Australian rating board and has been banned.
I love them.
What do you guys think about this?
It's kind of shocking. I didn't realize that many games were on that list. I always knew of Stick of Truth having to get heavily censored, and
Then to miss
Saints Row 3 had that one item taken out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of these. Well, I don't know about a lot of them. I know that like Fallout 3 was banned because an item was like a drug, so they had to censor that.
Okay.
Stick of Truth, they censored a whole bunch. Hotline Miami 2 is straight out banned from there. Omega Labyrinth and then Valkyrie Drive are anime games, and they are straight up banned.
With Katana Zero?
I'm not sure.
That's
I think
one
it's
game that was
violence.
really shocking.
I'm pretty sure it's just the violence and over
Okay.
violence of it. So yeah, Australia is known for being very heavily censored about a lot of things, movies and games included. But the gaming market for sure has seen so many games straight up banned and not be able to release. So yeah, Roger, what do you think of all this? Do you think Australia is in the right, or should we nuke Australia off of the world?
I got my finger on the button.
Yeah, do it.
You can do it.
Send the coast to both candidates. I don't know. It's Australia. They can do what they want. Were they the reason that Fallout 3 changed the name of their drugs from like morphine and stuff?
I believe so. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
So I think in 2020, it's a little crazy for Australia to still be doing things like this because we know infamously back in the early 90s, the United States was doing things like this, or at least they were attempting to. Games were going to court, they're going to the house and things like that.
Yeah, then
And
they just gave up.
censorship could have happened, but then the SRB was made, which is an American thing. So honestly, maybe, well, I mean, I guess that's the problem is
Well,
Australia,
there's
it's their
ratings
government
in other
rating.
countries too. Like it's our rating, but other countries have their ratings and stuff. What
Yeah, they got
is
like the PEGI
what's
system. I think Australia
how
uses
bad is the
PEGI too,
medium?
don't they?
Okay, what was that, Roger?
How bad is the medium? Like that game? Like how bad is it?
It just,
I don't.
I
I'd say
saw a
it's
trailer
friendly.
for it. It looks pretty rad. Like it looks pretty heavy. If that makes
Yeah,
sense. Like it's pretty.
I mean, I like
It
that
looks like
too.
realistic Doom, and it looks terrifying.
What,
So,
Doom 3?
Doom 3
Yeah, we
looked
Nobody
didn't
remember.
good.
talk about Doom 3.
Nobody remembers Doom 3, but that was a
Doom 3
Oh,
fun.
wasn't a bad game. It's just it wasn't Doom.
I remember Doom 3. Jake, to answer your question earlier, no, Australia does not use the PEGI system.
Oh, they don't.
They use I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure the difference between America and Australia is that America has the ESRB, which is its own company. They're their own thing. They're not a part of the government. Australia, I believe, is a government rating. Like that's their
Okay.
government rating it. So that's why they ban games and things like that
Well,
because it's censorship
also,
basically.
don't they like not allow some movies unless they have some way of relating to Australia or having an Australian
I don't know about that.
like
Maybe I don't know.
I mean, we got a lot of Australian actors here.
I know some films get better treatment there if they have Australian actors in it or is filmed in Australia.
Maybe I have no
I
idea.
remember
There's
hearing something about that.
a lot of the famous actors are Australian, so
Hmm.
I wouldn't be
Mhm.
surprised.
That's crazy if that's true, but
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, their film they're really strict about film as well
it's
as video
crazy.
games.
It's just a bunch of kangaroo people. Why are they so upset
No,
about things?
we're talking about the pussification of America, but why not about the pussification of Australia?
Was that supposed to be like your Hank Hill impression?
We got to get them propane and propane accessories, god damn it.
All right, well, moving on. Story number 2. The Xbox Series X/S reviews are in. This story comes also from Bloomberg, but this time it's Bloomberg? Bloomberg. Except this time it's written by Jason Schreier. What an interesting fellow. With Microsoft's highly anticipated new Xbox console releasing next week, review embargoes for the console have dropped, and the reception seems lukewarm at best. Quote, the Xbox Series X is billed as the most powerful video game console ever made, but with a meager lineup of games this year, that promise won't mean much for a while, end quote. Microsoft's lack of a AAA killer app seems to be its biggest problem. Quote, games boot up almost immediately, even on the Series S, ellipsis. That's probably the biggest selling point right now, ellipsis. The next Xbox arrives without a single exclusive. Every Xbox game set for release this year can be found somewhere else, whether it's on the new PlayStation or the old Xbox. The most anticipated game, Microsoft's Halo Infinite, was delayed to next year. Its hero, Master Chief, is pictured on the back of the new Xbox packaging, serving as a glaring reminder of the game's absence, end quote. However, even with the lack of any true exclusive game, the console itself seems to be a solid piece of hardware. That is, the Series X seems to be. Quote, Series X can run at least some games at 4K ultra high definition resolution and 60 frames per second. Ellipsis. Madden NFL 21 and Yakuza Like a Dragon run at higher frame rates on Xbox Series X. However, Watch Dogs Legion does not, indicating that the experience will vary by title. The cheaper Xbox Series S is a different story. It can't display 4K. The new Assassin's Creed game runs at the same slower frame rate as the older consoles, though Microsoft has said that the hardware is capable of much higher. End quote. The Xbox Series X and Series S are set to release on November 10th, 2020 for a retail price of $499 and $299 US dollars, respectively. Like with the PS5, supply is short, or like with the PS5, supply is in high demand, most likely because of the ongoing pandemic. You know, when I typed that out, I was like, supply is short. That seems wrong, but supply is in high demand. There we go.
Well, supply versus demand, I would say.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is just, I read a couple of these and they all kind of say the same thing, which is something that we've been talking about on the podcast, is
Mhm.
that the Xbox console, I think The Series X looks like a great console. The Series S, I'm just pushing that aside.
Yeah, that's a
Like
joke.
it's a
It's honestly a joke.
it's a joke. It's made for that smaller market, which I don't think it's going to hit. I think people are already seeing through what BS it is.
Hmm.
So we're just gonna
I
toss
think
that
the
out.
only people that are getting it are the hardcore Xbox guys that weren't able to get a pre-order in for the X,
Yeah, and even
who
then,
just want
like
a new Xbox.
I feel like they're going to be disappointed if they're
Hmm.
hardcore. They probably had the One X already, which is arguably almost as powerful at this as the Series S. So
Hmm. I mean, I
Okay.
guess it'd make a good like second bedroom console or something like that, but I don't know.
All right, and we're back. So yeah, we just talked about the Xbox Series X and S. Reviews are in, right? That's what we ended on. Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. We
Yeah,
just got through the article and then we lost Roger.
yeah, that's right. Roger's back. He's still here. We're not letting him get away. Um,
Nothing ever happened. We've been going since the beginning.
yeah, what are you talking? Nothing happened. We're still here. So Roger, what do you think about this? Do you think that the Series X, knowing the information that we know now, and which honestly is kind of the same information that we've known for a while, is that this
Yeah.
console's releasing, it's probably going to be good, but there's no games for it. Do you think these reviews are going to change anything?
No, because I think everybody knows this. You know what I mean? I think people that are going to get it. I mean, they're kind of aware of what they're getting into. They're. It's more of like the investment in the games that are going to come out, and also like kind of what we've been talking about with like the Game Pass and just having the
Hmm.
console for
See,
the
and that's an
20.
argument I've heard a lot from a lot of Xbox people is that it's an investment. Like they're in it for like, they know they want that console. They know the
Well,
games
you
that
can
are
make that
coming for it, but
argument.
they don't care that there's
You can
nothing
make
on
that
the launch.
argument for any new console is the thing because new games only come out for that console. That's why people upgrade. If that wasn't the case, then we'd all still have 360. So like I think
That's
that's
true.
I mean,
more than
I do.
anything why people get the new consoles. As far as the Series S, I'm kind of with you guys where it's like it's for us it just seems like just not worth it on any sense of the word. But like I don't know,
No.
it'll be
Mhm.
interesting to see how it sells. Just because I can see people who just want the games, don't really care about any of this extra stuff or these upgrades. They just want to play the new games on the new stuff. They'll just take the route. I'm interested in how many people care more about that than getting the brand new shiny console.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it'd be like the Xbox Series S would be a decent like companion console, like in another room or something, or if you want it, have it just to have people to play multiplayer with. But
I mean, it's exclusively for people that just want to play the new games and don't care about the graphics or anything. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
the
hmm
Yeah, because like the article said, the games load just as quickly, and the one that they tested out didn't have the same frame rate. It had the same as the Xbox One, but not as the Series X. But Microsoft has said that the frame rate should be pretty much on par. So we're
yeah,
not really
but that's
getting.
Microsoft
I think
promoting their new console. They're not going to say like, yeah, the frame rate sucks. Like they're gonna
True, true.
say
yeah.
make it look as pretty as possible.
And I think the big thing with it too is I think it's gonna kill a lot of people's want for it because it is digital only. I know that was a big deal when
Right. But that's
the
how we
Xbox One.
feel. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is I'm interested to see how like how much
The
of the
market.
community just the market just doesn't care.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Because I
Yeah.
think the
Because
backwards
because
compatibility is a big deal, and a lot of people still have their old games on disc because the
Well,
yeah.
majority of the last generation was all disc based, with a
true,
little bit of digital. And
but
360 and Xbox, the original Xbox was all disc.
Okay. So a little correction there. This generation, so not Series X and PS5, but PS4 and Xbox One. Digital actually, I think you're underselling it a little bit. The last year and a half to 2 years, especially, digital sales have been like half and half with games,
Mhm.
if not more. And then more games have been sold digitally than they have physically. So I was talking about brand new releases with that. And then overall, way more have been sold digitally than physically because they're always on sale and things like that. You see prices drop way faster on digital sales than you do for physical typically. So
That
we
makes sense. That's probably like most of mine are sale copies, you know what I mean? For digital. Like that's almost all my digital. I don't buy a brand new game digital, I'll get it on disc, but that makes a good point where it's like so many go on sale, then yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Mhm. Yeah, and then with this whole backwards compatible thing, if you're talking about like 360, definitely for the last generation, at the beginning people had a lot of discs, but I think by now most people have either bought them digitally or well, you have to install it anyways, don't you?
Yeah.
So at that point,
Yeah.
it's taking up all the memory. Why would you not just get it digitally? They don't even cost that much money. So
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think you're underselling the digital market a little bit, but at the same time, I
I'm just
think
saying right
that
now, I think it's still early on in its life to be
Yeah,
widely
it's
adopted.
it's still a hard sell because it's an option being taken away from us. You know what I mean? Like we might
Mhm.
only
yeah,
get digital, but we have that option to go physical, and taking that option away, I think the hard sell.
I still
I
think
agree.
there's going to be a decent amount of people that will purchase the Series S, not realizing it's a digital only console, and bring it back.
Probably, yeah, definitely. I think there's going to be a lot of people buying the Xbox One X and
Yeah.
then bringing it back. Like
Yeah,
Xbox is about to have one of the biggest market confusions ever. You
Oh, it
tell
doesn't
me,
help
people
either because the Series S box looks like an Xbox One S box.
people couldn't grasp their head around Wii to Wii U. You think
No.
that with Xbox Series S, X, and then Xbox One S and One X, they're going to be able to differentiate that? There's going to be
no.
mass market
So,
confusion.
And
So
also with them
Black Friday's
adopting
gonna be
just the
hell.
moniker of Xbox for
it is.
all of their consoles, like that's just what they want them all to be called. It's just Xbox. That's even more
Yeah.
confusing.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, speaking of sales and things like that, though, we can go ahead and segue right into our next topic, which is global video game revenue is expected to jump 20% to 175 billion. This story comes from The Wrap, written by Samson Amor, or maybe it's Amore. I'm not sure. Quote: The worldwide video game revenue is expected to jump 20% this year to a record 174.9 billion US dollars. Ellipsis. The new projection reflects increased sales for both physical and digital games, crossing mobile, PC, and consoles. Ellipsis. Quote: This number is 15.6 billion higher than our previous forecast, which we made early on in the pandemic. End quote. Market lead analyst Tom Widgman wrote. End quote. Mobile seems to be the biggest player in the video game market when it comes to dollar sales. Quote, raking in 86.3 billion so far this year. Mobile's low barrier to entry makes it an ideal place to start gaming for new players across all regions, wrote Widgman. I need to resettle myself. I'm starting to lose control of reading. Consoles ranked a close second with 51.2 billion US dollars, but that number is expected to increase as soon as this month once next generation consoles released. There's a typo in there. I typed this. PC gaming was the slowest growing category of the three, increasing from 36.9 billion last year to 37.4 billion so far in 2020. End quote. This all comes off news that Sony has recently raised its sales projections of the PS5 to 7 million for the end of its fiscal year in March. This also comes off some industry analysts stating that the PS5 may surpass 200 million total units sold. That, along with Nintendo Switch selling record numbers and Xbox looking to be a prime competitor again, all is looking very well for the gaming industry.
Mhm. That
So
extra $10 a game is also
oh, I
going to
didn't know
throw
they.
some extra money in the bucket.
true,
I didn't know
true.
they counted
Yeah,
up the global video game revenue. I wonder how that looks compared to like the movie industry and stuff.
true. Because with movies, reaching like, I mean, Jake, how much was Endgame,
I mean,
in
I think
sales?
it was like 2 or 3 billion.
It was
Yeah, so it was
very
like I think
small.
it was like 3.1 billion or something.
Yeah, it was in like it definitely like blew Avatar out of the water, which was the only thing ahead of it.
So if we go ahead, and that's an anomaly. Most movies, maybe you have 10 that break a billion now a year, maybe. Those big Disney movies and stuff, but most are like 500 million, something
It
like
was
that.
2.79 billion.
That was
2.7.
that was in game.
Yeah,
Wow.
which it may have exceeded that because I know they did another release, but that was the initial gross was right at like just right before 2.8.
So if we
And
take
but
like
that's
Call of
but
Duty,
that's in game too. So that's like the highest you'll go with movies.
it's
Hmm.
true, yeah. So if we take a game like Call of Duty that typically sells 15 million units a year at $60, that's 900 million from that game. But like this article said, console isn't the one that's getting the most amount of money. It's mobile, which I
Hmm.
thought was
Yeah.
really interesting from this article because we don't really hear about mobile a lot, especially now. The whole mobile craze is kind of done. People aren't really talking about it. If you guys recall, back in 2012, before the new consoles released, people are like, "This is the last home console. Home consoles are dead. The mobile market's taking over." That obviously wasn't true. um, but mobile is still up there, and it's higher than home consoles right now. And then that PC number was really interesting to me. It being the lowest, but I guess that makes sense. People only buy games when they're on sale on PC, and then the PC market is inherently smaller than
Mhm.
console and mobile.
I guess PC's for nerds. That's why.
Yeah, a bunch of freaking nerds playing PC games,
Right?
playing
Yeah.
their Fortnites and I don't know what's it,
Among
World of
Us.
Warcraft, Among Us. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I thought.
Wait, that's also a mobile game. Oh God.
I mean, if I had to guess,
They have
guys,
taken over.
if I had to guess, the market is at 174 billion already. Which,
Mhm.
granted, this is a different year. It's 20% higher. But if I had to guess, that's got to be more than movies. Like it has to be more.
Definitely this year.
Well, yeah, definitely
But
this
we
year.
also
But
got to
like,
include do we also include like merchandise that's tied around the movies in those sales numbers as well?
I don't think so because there's merchandise tied around video games.
yeah, I was
Mhm.
about to say they're not
Yeah.
including Fortnite shirts or Mario pins or whatever in
Oh
this
God,
either.
for Fortnite shirts and toys. I can only
Yeah.
imagine.
So yeah, I bet you video games as a whole is a bigger industry than the movie market, but I don't know that might
I mean,
not
it's
be
also
true.
a higher price for entry as well.
Yeah, it is. It's a much it's it's a higher market dollar wise, but person wise, it's definitely much smaller. Because a
And
movie ticket's only what, $10, $15.
it's anywhere
So
between like $8 to $15 across the country, I believe.
yeah, so
And then with movies as well, they never talk about the home release sales, which are always significantly lower than the revenue they make on the movie theaters. But that could
mm,
also help factor in, within game. I'm sure, but a lot of people bought that as well.
yeah, true. But yeah, I just thought it was a
It's
little
probably close,
interesting.
if not higher, with the video games.
hmm I just thought this was an interesting article. I think every month now I want to start talking about the MPD sales as well, which are like the previous month's biggest releases, sales wise. I
Hmm.
think that'd be fun to do.
Well, and also, I think it also helps mobile that they're getting a bunch of real games now. Like they've got a bunch of the Final Fantasy games on there. They just recently got Symphony of the Night on there. Crypt of the
Maybe.
Necrodancer's on
I
there.
bet you those don't sell as much as you think they do though.
Yeah, if you look at the top charts, even on like paid charts, those games aren't high.
It's
Like,
all the classic clans and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it does draw more of a market though.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, all the
I mean,
microtransactions.
we got our own mobile addictions. I mean, how much money do you think we've spent on Pokemon Go? I mean,
it's true.
More than I'd
it's
like to know.
so yeah, it's so versatile in that industry that it can kind of get you in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I mean, you look at
I want to
Fire
say I
Emblem
probably.
on mobile.
Oh my god,
So
yeah, I know there was a guy I worked with that would literally just pump all of his paychecks into that game so he could get the event characters.
Really, that's
Yeah,
yeah,
interesting.
I know quite a few people that are addicted to that game. So yeah, mobile it's not talked about a lot because obviously you're not going to go around also saying like, hey, I dropped this much money on this game, but like people
Yeah,
do it.
it's never something you want to brag about.
People will brag
I mean,
about getting the
Pokemon
new
Go's
release for a game, but
look, I got
Pokemon Go's
female corn in
nasty
the
about
jumpsuit.
it. It's like, oh man, I only need 2 more Pokeballs to catch this event Pokemon, and it's only
mhm,
$1. I guess
Hmm.
I'll just
yeah,
do it this time.
do that
And that's
20
how it
times though.
starts.
Oh
You
yeah.
That's
know.
how it starts. It
Uh
makes
huh.
good men turn bad.
Hey, I'm proud of myself with Pokemon Go. I only bought a microtransaction once, and I
Same.
did it because I could have gone and like waited a little bit and got more Pokeballs and stuff. But I was like, I remember I was sitting there. I was like, you know what? I've put dozens of hours into this game. I'll throw them $5.
Mhm.
I'll do
Well,
that.
Yeah.
now Pokemon Go is even having microtransaction based events, like for their
Yeah.
community days. Some of them
It,
have
It's getting worse
monetary
for
walls
sure.
on them.
Yeah, which sucks, but such is life. All right. Well, moving on. This next story is definitely just for me. Was there anything else that you guys want to talk about with that sales things?
I did want to say, I guess, one more thing about Pokemon Go is that Reggie Gigas, I think the only way, unless they've done another event I'd missed, was to pay $3 to participate in the event to catch him.
That sucks.
Yeah,
yeah. That
I
does
hate that.
suck. That sucks a lot.
and I
They
even
got.
got the one I caught, not even good stats. So
It's-
that was
Dude,
even a bigger burn.
I have a friend that plays Pokemon Go, and if it's lower than a 3 star, he will get rid of it no matter what. He got rid of a shiny that wasn't a 3 star. I wanted to kill
Oh
him.
yeah, yeah. I will say I do the same thing, but if it's a shiny, I keep it.
that's
Well,
wild.
Yeah, it made me so upset. He almost got rid of the legendary until he did find one that was a 3-star.
See, with legendaries, I'm a little bit more liberal with. I
Yeah,
usually say
because
load
you
from
have
trade.
common sense.
Yeah, just if it's like a Spiro and it's like a 1 star, I'm just like fine, throw it in the trash. Even if it's like a 3 star with like decent stats, I'm like if it's not perfect, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean
you
that's a
know,
sparrow, but like a
Yeah,
shiny, that's different.
yeah. If it's a shiny Spiro and it was literally 0% stats, I'd still keep it.
Yeah,
um, not to derail this Pokemon conversation, which I'm sure so many people are enjoying right now, but
Okay.
before we move on, going back to the video game market getting higher. So obviously, we know that the pandemic has helped a lot with this, helped boost the market
yeah.
up. We see people are spending a lot more and stuff. Do you think this is going to translate to the new console releases? Do you think that 7 million number looks realistic?
I think so.
I
I
don't know.
think
It's
there's
weird.
still a very much. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it kind of offsets itself, right? Because you got this pandemic where everybody's shut inside, but they're also struggling financially. So it almost balances itself out. Whereas like more people are going to want to get games, but also more people aren't going to really be able to afford to get games. But what were you going to say, Jake?
I was gonna say there's still a high demand for video game consoles just in general, and I think that's only going to be exemplified with new video game consoles. With more people at home, you get your kid being like, "I want the new PS5. I need it, mom. I need it," and you hear it even like 10 times more than you used to.
Hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
That's gonna cause a lot of people
mom's
to
like
break.
mom's like 2 wine bottles in, is like, fine, just shut up.
You got those guys living on their own. It's like I played God of War twice now. I'll get Ragnarok.
What keeps
Whoa.
happening? I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah, I was saying
Yeah,
that people can find work in America if they want to find work.
yeah,
At least in populous places. Who knows about small towns and stuff like that? Anyways, I think the gaming market's gonna this momentum's
crash.
gonna
It's
keep
gonna
up.
crash. No,
It's
it's
gonna
over.
crash.
It's
Yep,
gonna be
it's
like
over.
83 all over again or 84. I don't know,
Mobile's
one of the two.
83 82.
82. Yeah. Okay.
Wasn't it 82? Because then it was a couple years before NES came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
the early
Well,
80s.
Yeah.
yeah, you should have just said early 80s. He's over here like, let's see, April 16th at 3:14, 1983.
This is just how my
That's
mind works. I'm sorry. You can accept
um
it or leave it.
all right, moving on to the next big news story, I guess. This news story is really for me. Yakuza Like a Dragon reviews hit and it's good, guys. Yakuza Like a Dragon is set to release on November 10th. With the embargo dropping this week, reviews have dropped, and it seems like Sega has another winner. Currently sitting at an 84 on Metacritic, reviewers have praised the newly turn-based crime thriller for, quote, providing an excellent combat system supported by lovable characters and a tantalizing? Oh, tantalizing
Tantalizing.
main storyline with meaningful side quests, end quote, courtesy of Games Radar Plus. An 84 puts Like a Dragon right with the other titles in the series. Yakuza 6 got an 83, Zero got an 86, Kiwami an 80, and Kiwami 2 an 85. The game was released in 2019 for Japanese and Asian markets, where it has currently sold a respectable 400,000 copies. Famitsu had rated the game a 38 out of 40. Anyone who knows Famitsu knows that they are a highly respected news source or whatever. I guess they're not even news, they're just game reviewers, but
That's news.
38. Yeah, it's true. That's news. 38 out of 40, though, is really good. Um, Yakuza Like a Dragon is technically the eighth mainline title in the Yakuza franchise, but unlike the previous titles, Like a Dragon features a new protagonist with a brand new story and new characters, allowing new players of the franchise to jump right in without needing to know anything from the previous titles. I love these games, so I just wanted to put this in here to get a little more Yakuza
Yeah.
exposure.
Yeah, I know you love the games.
Yeah, so go
Cool.
play them. Jake, I know
I like it.
you played. I know you played some of Zero, right?
Yeah, I played a decent way through it, a couple hours.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
I
liked
mean,
it.
yeah, you enjoyed your time with it?
Mhm. I just need to invest some more time in it. I just keep like getting distracted by a new game or something else at the time. I
Oh, I
just
feel
always pick a
that.
bad time to start playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that totally. I start so many new games and then it's like, oh, goodbye.
Yeah,
Even
something
Yakuza,
else.
actually, I played Kiwami and I got to like chapter 3 and then I got distracted and it was seriously like 10 months before I came back and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do this, and then I just powered through I did 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I was like, wow, what an experience.
I
It
mean, I
was
like
amazing.
what I played of Zero so much that I got Kiwami 1 and 2 and 6, and I was about to buy the remastered trilogy, but then I never
Collection.
did.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're great games, and now honestly, with sounds like a Dragon is more the same, except it has that new combat system, which turn based, love it or hate it, it's there. Definitely more
Dude, is it like
accessible.
Final Fantasy now? Like old Final Fantasy?
Kind of, yeah. Honestly,
Cool.
it is.
Is it like Pokemon?
So
Do you capture other Yakuza members in little balls and throw
So
them
that's
out?
the thing. You don't capture them, but you kind of like I. So what I'm getting from it is that you're kind of starting your own clan, and you do recruit people. The whole advertisement thing has like been like rise like, and then it'll show someone like rise like an idol, and like you have this idol who gets like the mic out, she starts singing, and then she starts smacking people in the head with the
Dude,
microphone and stuff like that,
this is
or
just
rise like
Rockstar's Legion.
yeah, no, it kind of is, except good. Um, so, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this game. Roger, do you have any relation
Dude,
with
no,
Yakuza at
no,
all?
no, 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 I don't. I have not.
They
I've
Get
not
that out of here.
touched
It's on Game
any.
Pass.
Yeah.
They have 0, 1, and 2, and
Yeah.
6 on Game
So
Pass, I
where do I
think.
start with? I hate it when they make zeros in entries because then I don't know where to start.
0 is where you start.
I had the same problem with Resident Evil. I'm like, do I start at Resident Evil or do I start Resident Evil 0?
Resident Evil, you start at 4.
Yeah.
You start at 4, you love the characters, then you go back, you play 2 remake, then you play 3 remake, and then you go back and play 1. And then you play 5 for like 5 seconds, stop. Then you play 6 for like 15 seconds, stop. Then you go back to 0, then you play the spin-offs.
What is this, a
You can play
telegraph?
5. You can play 5 with a partner and stuff. You're not a
Yep,
true
5
Resident Evil
and
fan
6.
until you played Code Veronica.
Dude, Code Veronica is really good. You should play Code
Yeah,
Veronica.
yeah, it's okay.
The nice thing about Resident Evil games, you don't really have to play them in any particular order.
It's okay. Code Veronica is great. You take that back.
But no,
Code
yeah,
Veronica. Code
Yakuza
Veronica
was-
is Resident Evil 4.
Listen
but
here,
with,
you son of a bitch.
it's Resident Evil 4, but with Claire. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
I'm
haven't
gonna
gotten into Yakuza. Don't know where to start. Big time
I'm gonna
investment.
fight him. Hey, you know what? Yakuza Like a Dragon, the 8th game. That's a perfect place to start,
You go.
apparently.
Honestly, that's what's going to end
They
up
didn't put a number in
happening.
it this time.
Randomly jumped
Yeah.
into it. Yeah, I don't like that
you
either because I really don't know where to start.
In Japan, though, it is called Rogogagotaku or whatever it's pronounced 8
Danganronpa?
because in Japan the name for Yakuza is so the first game was called Like a Dragon Yakuza, and then when they brought it over here they're like, we're just going to call it Yakuza, but then
Oh,
Japan kept with that
Sort of
name.
sneaky on you.
it's like a Resident Evil
I was about to
Biohazard
say
situation.
it's just like with Resident Evil, how it's called Biohazard Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
The same with it, and it makes sense too because I mean with Resident Evil you're only in the Resident of Evil for the first game.
I will say Resident Evil definitely a better name though.
Oh, definitely than Biohazard. But same with Yakuza. Like if you play Yakuza 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the main dude Kiru, he's not even like in the Yakuza most of the time.
No,
Like most of those games, you're not
He's more
even
like a
in the
dragon.
Yakuza. Yeah, he's the dragon, and so it's like a dragon. So this game is called Like a Dragon 8 or 7 in Japan, but it's called Yakuza Like a Dragon here. A little info for you, a little learning lesson. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Next story. Actually, this is our last story for today. There was another one, but I punted it out. They're having a Mass Effect N7 day. If anyone knows Mass Effect, November 7th is N7, which is Shepard's like thing. The whole cast is getting back together, and there's rumors that they're going to announce the remastered
Mass
or
Effect
whatever
5.
the Mass Effect trilogy remake, I guess, or remaster. So fingers crossed that we get that. But that would be for next week. This story is
What if they completely like remade them from the ground up,
no, that's what they're saying is like, well, at least with one,
like
they have
re-recording
to.
everything?
I don't know about that, but they definitely have to like. It's being delayed right now because they have to like redo one because one is so old and the combat's so bad and like so many other things that they're basically remaking one. So yeah, fingers crossed that we get that soon. I love Mass Effect. But our last story is something a lot less boring or a lot more boring. And no one cares about, but I figured out they're in here anyways. Ubisoft's Avatar game is delayed again. just like with the movies. Our final story comes courtesy of Game Informer, written by Leanna Rupert. Sticking with what seems to be a new normal for Ubisoft, yet another one of their games has been delayed. This time, it's the Forgotten Avatar game, based on James Cameron's movie holding the same name. Quote, the reason behind the upcoming Avatar game's delay was to ensure its launch is in line with the Avatar 2 movie coming out in 2022, ellipsis. First
Whatever.
announced back in 2017, the upcoming Avatar game is a work in progress made with Massive Entertainment, the same studio that did The Division, alongside Lightstorm Entertainment. I don't think that's supposed to be Lightstorm. I think it is Lightstorm, but I'm not sure on that. That might have been a typo on their end. Which is James Cameron's studio and Fox Interactive, end quote. This isn't the first game based on Cameron's Blue People movie, and it isn't even Ubisoft's first Avatar game. Released back in 2009 when the film was released, Avatar the game was released to negative reviews but commercial success, achieving over 2.7 million sales across all platforms. That game was developed by Ubisoft Montreal.
Yeah.
The team most famous for their Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, and Splinter Cell titles. And they also released that other, like, it's like the Fortnite copy. Do you know what I'm talking about? They had it at their last Ubisoft event thing, but it's like a battle royale, and it was trying to be all flashy and like hip and cool, and it came out, no one played it, no one cares, and it's dead. But yeah, they released that too. So, but that game got like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10. Terrible. But yeah, Roger, is Avatar 2 ever coming out, and why won't they let this franchise die?
It's never coming out. I don't understand why they keep bringing it up. It's never gonna happen.
I don't know. And you know what? Especially now with the pandemic.
I didn't even know they were.
With the pandemic, they're going to delay it again.
Yeah, for sure. I'm glad the game's get the same time as the movie, but
oh yeah, any excuse.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about Avatar. I don't feel like
it's kind of sad. It's like that one kid that keeps like telling his friends that like his dad's going to come to his birthday party or something, and he never shows up. But he's insisting that he is. Just
guys, I swear he's coming this time. He's coming. Oh man, yeah. I mean, this game, I don't care about it, and it's made by the guys that did the Division, so it's probably going to be some multiplayer bullshit game, and I don't know.
Battle Royale, if you will.
No, it's going to be
Battle Royale. Avatar MMO.
Yeah, Avatar MMO, which honestly could be cool, but at the same time, I'm like, nah, that sounds stupid.
You could connect with people's hair.
Nobody cares. Yeah.
Nobody cares about the movie. Nobody cares about the game.
You add friends in the game by like linking your ponytails together.
I thought that was like their version of sex.
Yeah,
it is. That's not how you make friends. You don't just go up and insert your wee wee into.
You don't go up and touch hair.
I mean, I didn't know that was the norm.
All right, well, yeah, I figured I'd just throw that in, but literally no one cares about this game. Most people don't even know this game exists.
Yeah, I didn't.
But it's delayed.
Now,
yet another Ubisoft game delayed. So
it makes
what's
sense.
new?
It's probably gonna just wait till the movie comes out.
This is just.
Hey, we already got one Avatar game though.
You know,
if you
it's on the
remember that one.
whiteboard. They're throwing in the back room.
Yeah, true. Jake, that's what I said earlier. Yeah, they released Avatar, and it sucked.
Yeah,
it was awful, but it sold almost 3 million units. So you know,
still play it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we should go back and play it just in respect for this game getting delayed.
Have fun with that. No way. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our new big releases of this week, guys. It's the week before the new consoles release, which means all the big titles are being held for next week. So we got some fucking doozies.
Even some of the big titles are being held till next year.
It's true, yeah. Cyberpunk 2077 held until 2033. Bold move, for sure. But
apologies, but the game has actually never been in development.
Apologies.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw. Oh, that. Yeah, that.
Apologies, we never made the game.
Oh man,
thank you for your support.
Cyberpunk. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the new big releases.
Someday we'll be able to have it on here.
One day, yeah. Jake, you want to start us off?
Sure thing.
Chicken
Our
Police.
first release for this week is Chicken Police for PC, Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. A wild tale of love, death, chickens, and redemption. Chicken Police is a buddy cop noir adventure with a carefully crafted world, a gritty story, and lots of absurd humor. The game mixes elements of classic adventure games with visual novel style storytelling.
Just like
Storytelling.
it's like Fable.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, this could be the Fable killer.
It's not
Yeah.
Fable. I looked it up.
Wait,
This
am I reading
game.
this right? On the next one?
Yeah, you are.
Hello?
For
Hello? Oh, we lost Andrew.
Gunsmoke. What we did.
Yeah, Andrew's gone.
I know. I've never been on this side before.
Oh, yes, we have.
I can say whatever I want. Yes, let's go. Gunslugs coming out for the Switch, 3DS, and the Vita. Wow, that's
It will
kind of
not die.
crazy. Yeah. Uh, Gunslugs is a fast-paced run and jump game with procedurally generated levels. You get one life, and that's the only way you can extend. The only way you can extend that is by running into voodoo priests selling continue statues. Unlock the roster of Gunslug heroes as you go, and use them to advance your way to the gates of hell to defeat the final boss. Every Gunslug starts in a new section of the game, so collect them all. That was a very weird. That was a very weird. So collect them all. What?
It's like Pokemon.
Yeah, I know. It was a weird mashup for that description.
I'll say it's crazy. I never thought I'd see a new 3DS game, let alone a new Vita game, on here.
Yeah,
So
that's weird. That's
it
like
must be good
just Anthem
quality.
out for the Wii. It's like, okay, sure.
Hey guys, Andrew here. Seems like we lost connection to the server and we're attempting to reconnect. I don't know why, but this podcast is always difficult and always has problems, which is interesting because I have another podcast, Doomed to Repeat, a history podcast. You can find it on Google Podcasts and iTunes, YouTube, places like that. But that one never seems to have issues like this one. This one, we always have connection issues and mic issues and all sorts of the things like that. But yeah, we lost connection to the server, attempting to reconnect. Just bad day for internet. No internet access. Oh, I see. Um, we'll just wait. Hopefully, here soon, it reconnects. Perhaps Jake is partaking in a drink of water right now, thinking about what he should play next. Maybe he should play Chicken Police, which is coming out to PC, Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. It's a gritty story, but absurd humor. It's fun, visual novel storytelling. It's good. Buddy cop noir adventure. Now, some of these upcoming ones, they're looking good. Next one, a Vita release. Always happy to see that. Is the game good? Who knows? Gotta go play it. But I think it's fair to say that there's a good chance that it's good. Definitely not defined to be bad just because it's coming on Vita. It has some potential, some quality. I don't think I'll be picking it up. I think I'm done buying Vita games. Unless, of course, Persona 5 comes out on Vita, which is a thing I thought would happen, and I argued would happen. Some say idiotically, others say boldly. Back in 2017, I think is when Persona 5 released. Now, obviously, we had known about Persona 5 for a long time. It was supposed to release in 2015, and then I got pushed to 16. But there was that argument, and I said they got those dancing games on the Vita. And I was like, it kind of looks like Persona 5. Maybe they can get that on there? No, it's too big. The Vita would have exploded, to put it lightly. So that didn't happen. But maybe we get like a Final Fantasy 15 mobile version, but with Persona 5 mobile. Everyone's a little chibi now. And they're going out and they're doing their thing. All right. Well, I'm gonna go reset the internet. It's been nice talking to you all. I hope you're having a good day. Hope this podcast comes out a little well. Hopefully it's not too much of a mess. You can do a lot of editing on it to make sure it sounds good. But yeah, we'll see you back in a moment. Okay,
That's
well,
weird.
all
Okay,
right.
whatever.
Up next is Iris and the Giant coming out for Switch and PC. Iris and the Giant is a fusion of CCG, RPG, and roguelike genres. You play as Iris, who must brave her fears and her
You
imaginary
sure
world,
are.
dive into a melancholic and gripping adventure filled with cute monsters and buried memories. Ready to face your inner demons? Question
Not yet,
mark.
no.
Woo! Sounds sounds like a good game.
It's so weird. I hear you double, Roger. You're like in. You're like a step above stereo.
Yeah.
All
Yay!
right.
Woo!
Okay, so it's back to me. All right, so next game is Spellforce 3 Fallen God for PC. Command the trolls and lead them on an epic journey across the wild continent of Urgath,
Urgath.
Mygath. As chieftain of the Mookin, a tribe driven from its home by tusk hunters and disease, their survival is in your hands. You have no idea how hard it was not to say Tusken Raider there.
Tusken Raiders, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I don't know.
Spellforce 3. That game looks like Warcraft 3, if you know what that game looks like.
It makes sense. They both have the 3 in the title.
Okay, so Floor 13 Deep State for PC. Floor 13 Deep State is a dynamically generated dystopian thriller inspired by the 90s classic Floor 13 and created by its original team. In a free society, citizens make their own decisions, can challenge authority, and are able to speak their truth. Your job is to put a stop to that. It's kind of cool. What are these? These descriptions are very to the point.
Crazy. Next up is Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Feel the feel the thrill of the chase and the rush of escape behind the wheel of the world's hottest high-performance cars in Need for Speed, trademarked Hot Pursuit Remastered, a heart-pumping, socially competitive racing experience.
Okay. Yeah, that one looks cool. I'm excited for Need for Speed. Anyways, and then this one I'm even more excited for. Paw Patrol Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay for PS4, PC, Xbox One, and Switch. Join the Mighty Pups on a superheroic mission to save Adventure Bay. Have fun together in two-player co-op mode. Unlock fun mini games, rescue familiar friends, and use each pup's mighty powers to make the town possum again.
God, I had to type that out, and I got mad when I typed out possum.
Well, you don't copy and paste this?
I do sometimes, but some of them I can't for some whatever reason. So yeah, I typed that one out, and I was pissed.
Capitalizing
I
Okay.
everything.
was angry. Would you believe
Yeah, I
it
know.
that that game doesn't have any reviews for it yet?
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's Game of the Year material right there.
So we can be the first.
Oh my gosh, we could. I'm not going to. All right. Wait, I'm not next.
That's Roger.
Roger's next.
You freaking trying
Yeah.
to cut in line? No cuts, no bus, no coconuts, mister.
Cafe Enchante for the Switch. Is Enchante?
Yeah, I
is that what it
believe
is?
so.
I think it's
Okay.
just enchant.
No,
Well,
it's
if it was just enchant, then they wouldn't have the E at the end.
I think that's like an old English way of spelling it.
well, the E is supposed to have an accent above it, so he's right. It's
Oh,
Enchante.
Okay. Mine's right. All right. When Katone inherits her grandfather's Tokyo Cafe, she discovers the shop holds more secrets than anyone could imagine. The cafe is a meeting spot for beings from multiple mystical worlds. You'll meet the King of Demons, a humanoid beast, a fallen angel, and more. And when government agents monitoring non-human activities show up at your door, your new cafe is about to become a lot more colorful.
Ooh.
There's always
Is
demon.
this like a Pokemon Cafe?
These stuff.
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
This is awful. This is so awful.
Stop complaining and let's read about
You guys are
Bakugan.
so behind
Yeah.
on Snapchat.
Bakugan, Champions of Historia. Roger, if we don't stop, it's just going to get worse for him. So I'm going to keep going. Coming
Okay.
out on Switch, Bakugan, Champions of Historia is an all-new action role-playing game with an original story that expands on the hit TV series and brings the Bakugan universe to the Nintendo Switch for the very first time. The adventure takes players on the ultimate Bakugan journey as they befriend powerful creatures known as Bakugan, gear up and customize Bakugan teams for fiercely strategic battles, and master their skills to become the champion of Vestoria. Players can also play online in head-to-head multiplayer.
Dude, we
All
gotta get
right.
this.
Bakugan. It's
The
a
Bakugan
Bakugan
game?
game.
Yeah, it's got multiplayer.
Nah, I'm good.
It's only like what, $40?
I think it's $39.99.
Dude, that's a steal. The same price
It's a
as
Bakugan.
Squadrons.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Last one.
So the last one is Tropico 6 for Nintendo Switch. In times of political turmoil and social unrest.
Whoa. Time
What?
out. You gotta say the name right. Say the full name.
Tropico 6 Nintendo Switch Edition for Nintendo Switch.
There you
In
go.
times of political turmoil and social unrest, the people are calling for visionary leaders. Oh, that sounds familiar. Who will steer the fate of their country with foresight and ingenuity. Prove yourself once again as a feared dictator or peace-loving statesman on the island state of Tropico and shape the fate of your nation through 4 distinctive eras. Face new challenges on the international stage and always keep the needs of your people in mind.
All right. Well, there it is. That's all your big releases for this week. Any of them that stick out to you guys?
Other than the obvious ones like Paw Patrol.
Tropico 6 is a big one, but yeah, and Paw Patrol. I'm pre-ordering that right now. And then we got Need for Speed, which looks pretty cool. I never played many of the Need for Speed games, but I always heard Hot Pursuit was a good one. So
Hot Pursuit's good. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
it's
that
one of the
one.
more
probably
popular
pick that
ones.
up. I want to get that Burnout
Ah.
Paradise remastered as well. I still haven't
It's
picked
good.
that up.
I got it. It's
I have
it's
I
good.
have the demo
Not
on
for a while.
PS3 that came with my Dead Space copy.
Yeah, I think that game came out last year.
Yeah,
Hot
it was
Pursuit.
like around,
Or,
around the end of last year.
Not Hot Pursuit.
Or no, I think it was.
Paradise.
I think that was early this year. I think it was like one of the first release games this year.
Maybe. Everything just blends and melts together now.
Yeah, what is 2020?
Did you know Persona 5 Royale released this year? I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, none of these games. I mean, the ones that did look interesting, I looked up and apparently they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
I
Cafe.
mean, I'm probably just
and
gonna save my money until for
Enchante.
next generation.
That game looks interesting, but I don't know. Probably just wait for the new releases next week because we got some big ones coming up.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, with that in mind, do you guys have anything else for this? This I was almost
No,
called it a
God,
shit
no.
show, which it kind of is. I don't even know if we're gonna. I mean, I guess you guys are just gonna have to leave it open, and then whenever I eventually reconnect, freaking, who knows when.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that
Um,
definitely.
But yeah. All right. Well,
Any
that
luck on
sounds
your
good.
end yet?
No, it's just I don't know. Maybe
my
it's
God.
my computer or something. It just says no network. So
You're not
I'll-
behind for
I'll have
Roger,
to-
so I can hear you talking through Roger's mic, but like, it's so bad on mine.
Yeah, there's a stark difference when you talk, Jake.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I don't know.
interesting,
It might
so-
be my mom's internet. I
Well,
don't think it's
anyways,
made
hopefully
for this.
hopefully you all can hear this podcast, and if you have listened this far, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
We have struggled through blood, sweat, and tears to bring this podcast to you today.
I'm going to be bashing my head against the wall while editing this, but it's fine. It'll hopefully it turns listenable, if not anything else. If you like this podcast, go ahead and give us a review on Google Podcasts
Hopefully.
or on iTunes or wherever else you can find this podcast at. Make sure to check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/thatoneandrew. Go ahead and give the podcast a like there, and then you can comment in the comment section below for that. This is a weekly podcast uploading every Saturday to podcast services around the globe, including YouTube. I think that's about it. Jacob, thank you for he just disconnected again. Roger, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah,
Um,
my pleasure.
And Jake, thank
was
you.
great being
I see
on.
you're back now. Well, nope, he's gone again. Well, Jake, thank you for joining us today as well. And like I said, thank you for listening. It's been great. Hopefully next week we don't have as many problems. Oh, I guess we do need to talk about next week because that's the release of the consoles. Jake's reconnecting right now, so we'll just wait a hot minute for him.
I wonder if I can still hear him on my end.
Maybe. Jake,
God, it's so bad.
Jake, are
You there?
there? Are you like not?
Yeah, I'm still
connected
here, but
or something?
I'm still Andrew. I'm trying to. He's still way behind, so I'll just talk to you, Roger, if you through you.
I just see in this in the little chat thing it says Jacob left the call. Jacob joined the call. Jacob left the call. Jacob joined the call.
What was he asking me?
Okay, yeah, I'll just be the mediator. I don't know, let's just wrap this up.
All right. Well,
Yeah, I'm ready. I
we
gotta
won't
get
be
out of
recording
here.
next Thursday. We'll probably do it either Friday or Saturday.
Okay,
So
that works.
well,
We're recording
that
like
way
Friday
we
or
can give
Saturday.
you
Okay,
me and Jake can
sounds
give you
good.
impressions of the PS5, and then anything else we might be able to play and things like that. All right.
Okay, I can hear you now, Andrew.
Oh, okay. Now that I'm done, I was saying that we'll record like on Friday or Saturday. That way we can give our first impressions of the PS5.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, thank you
All
for
right,
listening, and we'll see you in next week's episode. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
bye bye.